Hey everyone, welcome to Making Sense. If you've been here before, I want to welcome you back, my friends. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome aboard. If you could do me a huge favor, click the subscribe button down below, like, comment, and or share this video. That would be greatly appreciated. Today's video was a request of one of our subscribers, and it was to compare clone houses along with their counterparts, the original OG fragrances, head to head in what he said as a shootout. Stay tuned. So like I said, today's video is going to be a competition between the original fragrance, the OG, and the clone. The first one we're going to look at today is by Yves Saint Laurent, Tuxedo. Now this fragrance is a very classy scent, nice magnetic cap, beautiful presentation. Overall, just to me, a great fragrance. One that I'll absolutely always have in my collection. As far as the fragrance goes, it's a really rich, classy scent. I always want to say it's like boozy. I'm not exactly sure what the components are. I like to use my own opinion based on what I smell sometimes, unless I'm doing a direct fragrance review of one specific fragrance. Then I'll read the notes from Fragrantica. The spray on this, awesome coverage. I mean, that shot out way over here if you could even see it. This just smells like tuxedo, suit coat, something dressy, a gentleman, absolutely classy, someone. It could be like a James Bond type of a character in a sense, but in reality, it's just a really classy, nice scent. I could see me wearing this at a wedding. It's got some woodsy notes in there. I don't know if that's... I don't know, just class in a bottle. If you picture the title Tuxedo, that's what this smells like, is a tuxedo. It doesn't smell like mothballs and things weird like that you'd use to store a tuxedo, but it smells like what you should smell like when you're wearing a tuxedo. Now, for me, the ones we're going to compare this guy to today, again, that's Tuxedo. The top's pretty cool, little bottle with the logo on top. The ones we're going to compare this to today, one is a direct clone or a like fragrance, and one is something that's titled completely separate, and they don't reference the fact that they're cloning the fragrance, but they're cloning the fragrance. For Tuxedo, for me, I want to tell you right now, I get somewhere from 2 to 4 hours with a pretty nice projection. Nothing crazy. It's not blown out of this world. It does last a long time. I want to say it lasts probably like 12 hours on my skin. You know, skin scent. I've definitely had it last at least that long where I could still smell it, but it wasn't like projecting to the people around or near me too much. But it's a great fragrance. It definitely was strong for the first 2 to 4 hours. I mean, a couple people took notice. One person said it was very strong. Another person gave me a compliment, so I'll go 50-50 on that one. But this guy right here, Tuxedo, does what it's supposed to do. It's a really classy scent. I would say you don't have to go heavy on the sprays, but if you want to make sure that someone's going to smell it, 3 to 4 sprays, maybe, neck, inside your sleeve, or behind your, wherever you decide to wear it. For me, I think I did neck, both sleeves. I think I did behind my back, so maybe I went up to 5, which is a little bit too much. But again, that Tuxedo, good performance, good everything like that. The clone, directly and or definitely a clone, is this guy right here. By Dual Fragrances, it's Tux. Now, as you can see from the bottle, it's pretty empty on the back. I did decant a few bottles of this for people. This one smells really good. I mean, it definitely smells close to the original. It's, performance is really, really nice. When I spray it, I don't get that same boozy note that I get from the Tuxedo one, whatever that exact boozy note is, until it starts to dry down a little bit more. I want to say this one has a little bit more of an alcohol base that you can smell off the bat. This bottle I've had for well over a year, so it's definitely had time to, sit on the shelf and age the right way for use. And the smell overall is awesome. When I wear them, or when I've worn them, I had one on my left arm, one on my right arm, and I tested it throughout the day during my day job. This one here might have outlasted the actual Tuxedo, which is kind of crazy, for the price. This one's definitely cheaper overall, or more cost effective, don't mean to say cheaper, but more inexpensive than the Tuxedo itself. I personally still do like Tuxedo better. It's a better overall scent to me. It seems cleaner, purer, just a better mixture of everything. But for the price, this guy here is absolutely worth a look. get your eyes on it, get your nose on it, and, give it a chance. See what you think about it. If you like this as much or very close to it, maybe you don't really need Tuxedo in your collection. If you're someone that just really likes to have the original fragrances, definitely go for Tuxedo, because it's definitely better than this, in my opinion, but they both definitely have their place. Last but not least, I ruin this name anytime I try to say it. It's Roaches, I believe. It could be Rojas, but Roaches. You have Mustache. Okay, this fragrance has made its own splash this year. It's a brand new release this year, 2019. A lot of people say if you have this, you no longer need Tuxedo. That almost sprayed me in the face. I know you saw that almost spray me in the face. I just backed out of the way just in time to save my eyes. I would have had a mustache in my eyes. This has a really nice scent to it too. This is a great fragrance in my opinion. It smells really, 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 really classy, really nice. It's in the realm of Tuxedo. They don't smell the same to me though. And I'm someone that will think most of these things smell the same when they're supposed to. At least that's from my history and what I can see and what I can smell. As far as these go, they're definitely in the same wheelhouse, but I really like this fragrance. I don't see me getting rid of this. I'll keep this in my collection. I'll keep Tuxedo in my collection. I may say that this one here would be more of a daily wear, or a quick reach when I'm walking out the door, something like that, where Tuxedo I would probably save for that formal occasion, for the wedding, for whatever it might be. If I was going to go get a Christmas tree tonight and I wanted to smell classy, I'd wear this. If I was going to go, like I said, to a wedding or something more formal, I'm going to go with Tuxedo. In the end, all three of these, Tuxedo, and Mustache, are absolutely really nice fragrances in my opinion. And if you want a classy scent to add to your collection, if you don't have any of these already, try one out. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the three. And in my opinion, they all work really well. I don't have a time frame on this one for how long it lasts. I did spray my wrist the other day, and it was around 9 o'clock at night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by midnight, I really didn't smell it too much more. It wasn't gone. It was still, it's right there. I can still smell it, but it wasn't anything crazy. So 3 to 4 hours after spraying it, it wasn't really projecting too much. I had it on both wrists, left and right side. I had a sweatshirt on kind of like I do right now, and that's pretty much it. So again, those three, pretty awesome. We're going to add one more comparison to the list. I'm going to show you these two fragrances here. Very popular fragrances in the fragrance community. People love them or they hate them. There usually is not an in-between. And they are these guys right here. MFK, Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Baccarat Rouge, either EDP or Extrait de Parfum. I'm going to use this one just for the heck of it. So, with MFK, Br540, it is a super popular fragrance pretty much all over Fragcom. And like I said, you either love it or you hate it. Me personally, I do love it. It's like a cotton candy vibe with a little extra class. I'm going to spray this Extrait de Parfum on me. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, personally, I love the smell of this fragrance. I love the smell of this fragrance. I actually like the smell of this fragrance mixed with Aventus once in a while, and maybe a couple other things as well, but those two to me, I love the smell of them together. I absolutely have a couple of Franken decants over there that have the two together for my own personal use, and they just, to me, they smell really good. But I also like both of the fragrances a lot. So this one here, the Extrait de Parfum, I have smelt this the next day, 24 hours later, on my clothing, wherever it was that I wore on. What's really cool about these fragrances, even between the EDP and the Extrait, is when I wear it, you become numb to the scent, and you don't smell it anymore except for once in a while. You all of a sudden get a little like a wind blow by, or you're walking somewhere and you're like, oh wow, what's that? Oh, that's me. Okay, I smell really good. I like this smell. So for me, this is one of those fragrances that it fades away while I'm wearing it, and then all of a sudden I get a whiff of it and I'm like, all right, this is an awesome fragrance. It's definitely happened a couple times where I put my jacket on a chair in my kitchen or on the shelf or on the hook, whatever we want to call it, and then I go to walk by or put it on the next day and it smells like I just sprayed it. They really do last a really good amount of time, at least for me they do, and I love the way that they smell off of my skin, the way that I wear it. I've had a few people that purchase fragrances for me in the past. One of them loves Aventus, loves Green Irish Tweed, loves a couple other fragrances that I have, Bleu de Chanel. And I was wearing this fragrance one day. I was wearing the EDP, and he was just like, what the heck are you wearing? I need to add that to my collection. Smells amazing. I gave him a decant of it, and he came back and gave it back to me like the next time he saw me. He's like, what is that crap? I can't wear it. It's not even close to something I want to wear. It's feminine, it's this, it's that, a bunch of things that just didn't work for him. And then the next time that I was wearing the fragrance, he came up to me and said, what the heck are you wearing? I need a bottle of that. And I got to tell him which fragrance it was, and it was the EDP version of Baccarat Rouge 540. And his eyes just bugged out. He's like, I can't believe it. That happened 2 more times with the same person, where he's like, I need a bottle of that. It smells so good. And, you know, I ended up giving him back a bottle one more time to wear again. And he's like, no, I can never wear that. It's just not for me. He's like, but for some reason, it just works for you, man. And that was a compliment, and I appreciate that. So the ones I have to compare on this one here, we got another Dua fragrance. We got Dua Casino Royale. So for me, this fragrance, super long lasting, very nice smelling. Something that you wanted to get that was right in line with the EDP, and this was readily available, I would definitely jump on board and grab that, especially if you didn't want to, you know, put the money up for the real bottle of MFK. With that being said, the scent profile on this, to me, again, is right there. It does have more of an alcohol base. You smell it first when you spray it. Things like that. You know, it's not as nice of a concoction, we'll say, as the main brand or as MFK, but it is a really nice alternative. You know, it matches the scent profile, and to me, you can't go wrong with that. Dua Casino Royale. Now, Royal Nights is supposed to be amazing. I haven't tried that one yet. I've heard that's even better than that one there. I have tried Alexandria's Interplay Extrait. That's a great fragrance to me as well. The only difference was that one there faded away. It didn't last anywhere near as long as Casino Royale to me. Casino Royale lasted over a day, and Interplay Extrait was gone within about 12 hours. Even when I stayed away from it, came back to it, I sprayed tester strips and I put it out way before I started the YouTube channel. And to me, Dua definitely outlasted it. Another clone, this guy right here, Genre Parfums Extrait. Let me just say, I will always have a bottle of this in my collection unless Genre stops selling it. This is my alternative for Br540. Dua, solid. I definitely need to try Casino Royale Nights, but this guy right here is definitely the one that I consider my alternative when it comes to versus the original fragrance. I will sometimes wear Br540 before I leave the house. Put that on, and I'll carry this with me as a carry bottle, or I'll carry a travel atomizer of the original fragrance, and I'm happy with either one. You know, I've gotten compliments with this one multiple times. I've done side-by-side comparisons with people where I test them side-by-side and ask them which one's which. When that has happened, Casino Royale, this one, and the original have gotten the most compliments out of all of them. And I mean, I included Ariana Grande Cloud when I did that. I included Interplay Extrait. I included both versions of the MFK Br540. Those two kind of came up even. Everyone said, oh, either one of these, they smell almost the same. One of them they thought smelled sweeter. One of them had something else to it, probably the almond note from the Extrait de Parfum. So to me, for $25 for this 30 ml from Genre Parfums, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. It's the most cost-effective one. If you spend at least $50, they ship you for free. So, you know, grab this one, maybe Noble Soul, which is a nice by Kilian Black Phantom clone, if you like that stuff. Last but not least, this is not technically a clone. It is another fragrance that gets compared to Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait especially. It is Spirito, I have no idea, Fiorentina, I have no idea how to say that. For Fiorentino, I hope I said that somewhat close. And we're looking at, this is from Tiziana Terenzi. I have no idea how to say these fragrance names sometimes, and it kind of drives me crazy. And I'd like to do the homework and put it up on a sign and spell it out specifically for you, but that wouldn't be genuine. I'd rather just do what you do, and the same thing that I do is I look at it first and I say it a few times to myself, and a lot of times I will get it right, other times I get nowhere close. But you know what? I like keeping it real with you. I like being on the YouTube channel, not trying to have a whole, you know, production-based video. I like to have one that I put some focus into, some thought into, some heart into. But in reality, you know, by saying the names wrong, you know, I'm just like you, another collector, and we hope we have the names right. I could guess, and I could use other reviewers to help me source the names properly, but in the end, it's about the juice, right? It's all about the fragrance. This one right here is like a super ninja version of the Extrait de Parfum from MFK. This stuff lasts forever. I mean, it's a beautiful presentation. The cap weighs probably as much as one of my kids. It's kind of insane. Beautiful detail. If you can see this on the outside of the actual sprayer. The bottle itself feels nice. It's really clean looking. The top snaps in really nice. Feel good hanging it from the top. But the spray itself and the actual juice, man, it just smells so good. Now, the one thing I do get from this fragrance that I don't get as much from the original Br540, so on and so forth, is people talk about that latex glove smell. I get that more from this one than I do from any of the original, you know, from either the Extrait and or the Parfum. I even get that more from this than I do from Dua or from Genre. The one I get the most from that is from Parfum's Vintage, Sunset in Heaven, I believe it's called. I have one decant of that somewhere here. I don't have the bottle, so I'm not going to include in this range. But I bought the bottle, I wore it for 1 or 2 times, and I sold the bottle. It just wasn't for me. Every time I wore that, it made me smell latex gloves. And it started to hurt the actual original smell of Br540 for me, because I would start to look for that same scent, because it was a nice, you know, it was a nice clone, except for it really had that latex glove smell. This guy here has some of that same latex glove smell to me, but it's still a great fragrance. Nice addition. The price is really low for what you get. I think you can get this for $150 or so, give or take, in the fragrance groups. Definitely more when you get outside the fragrance groups, but you know, at $150, personally, I'd rather try to get someone to sell me one of the bottles of the Parfum version of Br540, because to me, none of these compare to the original enough to actually only get the clone. I think you definitely want to try, even if you get a decant of the original one and then stick with something like Extrait or even the Dua fragrance, I'd go for that. Those fragrances to me are definitely worth having in your collection as well, and they definitely supplement the original to keep the price down, so you're not spending so much money every time you spray. That's pretty much it for me with the clones. Again, Tuxedo and Br540 are just 2 amazing fragrances in my opinion, and they've both made their mark on the fragrance community. Hopefully you enjoyed my video today. If you did, I do ask you to please do me a huge favor. Click the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and or share this video. That would be greatly appreciated. And share with me those comments down there. I really want to hear from you. Let me know which ones of these fragrances you've tried. If there's another alternative to either one of these 2 fragrances that you think are even better, let me know. I might want to try those as well. I'm absolutely up for trying the different fragrances, and hopefully you really enjoyed this video today. And remember, if you make the world a better place just one spray at a time, then to me, you're just making sense. Until next time.